This is ContactTalkRadio.com. Consciousness in action. And you are taking action into your consciousness by tuning into Contact Talk Radio.
And on TuneIn.com, Hing.fm, and UpSnap Mobile.
Contact Talk Radio.
Welcome to Transformation with Tara Sutphen. Tara Sutphen is the author of Blame It on Your Past Lives and Soul Agreements. 3 audio CD series, metaphysical meditations, sourcing series, and sleep programming. Tara has also collaborated with Emmy Award-winning Shane Stanley and Marla Maples on numerous DVDs. Tara Sutphen is a master in the psychic sciences. If you'd like to find out more about Tara's work, upcoming seminars, and meditations to help you fulfill your dreams, visit her website at tarasutphen.com.
Welcome to Transformations with Tara. This is Tara Sutphen. And my guest today is Diana Donaldson. And she's a healer, and she's a certified John of God Casa guide. And she helps you release accumulated stress and its harmful effects by opening pathways of healing energy patterns that can help the body hit the reset button, which, you know, we all need. And so today we're going to talk about relaxation techniques, especially after this big election, getting back on track in our life, especially through health and well-being. So welcome, Diana Donaldson.
Morning, Tara. It's great. Feels really good to be here this morning. And I get to share about one of my favorite things, the quantum biofeedback, and just doing the energy work and helping people heal and release a lot of the past trauma and blocks and that kind of stuff.
Yeah, you know, I've just had really so much magic with Diana. It's been really fun, some of the things that have happened. You know, I just really need to start writing about it even more because I have so many stories. You know, these are my personal experience that I get to relate with everyone, and it's just so much fun. But we came to Diana a couple months ago because we were having this personal problem, and me and Hunter, and we prayed on the John of God bed, and she did a quantum biofeedback session with Hunter, and sure enough, the next day, that situation turned around and came into our favor. We're working with it not being in our favor again at this time, but it was just it was so blessed at the time. It was a blessed time. So, you know, Diana can really tweak it to whereas you just to keep your energy kind of going forward, because that's what we kind of all lack is this. We take 10 steps back instead of 10 steps forward. And in reality, we're supposed to just take gentle steps forward, and that way our life flows. And that's where Diana comes in. Yeah, I love what you do, Diana. Yeah.
So,
yes.
I guess what I was going to say is when people come in to see me, you know, what the quantum does is it energetically, you know, everything has a frequency and energy to it, and it's able to hook up to you and energetically read what's going on at a cellular level, what's going on energetically, what's in your auric field, where your chakras are at, whether they're open or not, you know, what's happening with your different energy meridians, and even your prana, your cellular vitality. So when people come in to see me, well, how does this work, you know, and well, how does a cell phone work? You know, everything has an energy that can be read and measured. I talk to people about, you know, right now a lot of people are in fear and uptight, and that energy is constricted. You know, it's pulled in. And I can read it on the device like a cellular vitality. So I'll tell people, imagine even right now the stress, you know, make your hand into a fist and how tight that is. And nothing can get in and nothing can get out. So what I tell people what the quantum does, so they have a visual, is imagine your fist totally tight, stressed, turning white, painful, and gently tapping on it as you use the word gently. So the device gently taps on your own ability to open your hand, open those energy centers in your body. So your cellular vitality raises, then your energy raises, then your vitality, you're able, to have more endurance in that. So that I really like using that visual for people. It's like delivers a cascade of impulses, and it reads sound waves and tones and vitality, and it's like every tissue in your body has an energy to it, whether it's vital or it's decomposing or degenerative or just not filled with the vital life energy right now. So much of the device is about delivering signals that open up that energy, throughout your body.
I love it. And I can contest. I love everything that you espouse. You have, how many years have you been doing the healing work? Because it's, besides millennia, you must have been an Egyptian and a,
Right.
everybody, I tell you, you're a Sikh and, you're just such a healer on every level. It's incredible.
Thank you. So
Yeah.
I think for many of us, we get attracted to this because of personal things, trauma, challenges, health challenges, emotional blocks, that kind of stuff. So we seek out others. We seek out healing on different levels. And I personally had, a challenge going on with my liver. And I heard about this woman and that she was doing incredible things with this quantum biofeedback. What's that? So that was back in 2002, and I had, a totally different life. But I've always been into health and nutrition. I ran track as a kid. I ran with Mary Decker. I was competitive and into eating healthy and, into, been a vegetarian now since, or not eating any red meat or pork or any of that since 1997 because of that health challenge. So the minute I got hooked up to the quantum, it felt truth to me. It spoke to me. It was, she was able to ask me questions and I was like, what? Like, how did she know that? Where are you plucking this information from? But not just physically, emotionally, she was able to ask me questions that spoke truth, that was able to validate, some of the traumas and stuff that I had experienced as a kid. And, moving into that, it's a quantum consciousness. And there's different articles and there's all kinds of information and there's so many books out on that now, so go back into 2002, and so things I'm hearing and reading and knowing now, I'm like, gosh, I've been studying this, and you have, and we have forever, different lifetimes. So I feel that, this is just one cog in the wheel for helping people release and tune into their higher good, and a lot of times the release is about trauma. The release is about being validated. Yeah, you've got heavy metals in your brain, and you ingested a lot of lead, or vaccinations did have this created this in your body, or just giving people different information that validates them, and then able to give them direction on what's the solution. And quantumly, the solution can be energetic. Wave of energy that communicates with your body just to open up and go in a totally new, healthy direction. It's been going off in this direction and replicating this and replicating that, and then you divinely communicate with it, and it's like, oh, yeah, get my shit back together, and boom, it gets back in alignment. So you mentioned in the intro the quantum reset button, So, it's bioresonance therapy is just one of the many things that it does. And at a quantum level, at a fractal level, mathematically, there's a divine imprint, a divine blueprint within all of us. And that communication goes awry. And the communication can go awry because of, what we're ingesting food-wise, the different toxins that were around, whether it's mold or pollution, whatever city we're living in, or even the cleaning products we're using, So there's all of these different factors that, intuitively you or I and others tune into that, and we can read it and we can see it. And then here is a device that is so precise, and I'm able to say, why don't you change up your cleaning products and try this, this, and this, and a lot of people are into that, and some people just need the direction, need the help and like the insight for it.
Yeah, and to learn to vibrate on a higher level, definitely. 'Cause that's the kind of what, the bottom line is the solution is that change doesn't have to be a painful experience. It can be actually a grace. And when you start doing some of these modalities, hypnosis, meditation, the quantum, going under the John of God bed, these sort of modalities where you learn to relax and learn to trust your inner being and to, what I call, manifesting your inner power, which is you becoming. You are going to become what you want, who you value in your life. You're going to become that valued person because you're going to work on your inner power. Outer power is manifestation, but the inner power, and this inner power, I know that Diana works with it just morning, noon, and night. And she has for many, many years and has been around like some of the greatest shaman of the world, just like I am, and I don't know why that energy is, but I know that she attracts it as well. So whereas I think that's really fun and interesting.
And, and to dovetail off of and stay on the flow with what Tara's saying is that, we have the ability to heal ourselves.
Yes.
The homeostasis, our bodies, given the right communication, and, it's like you make your mind up, that you're not going to turn the TV on the news and be turned on to everything that's happening out there. There is an amazing movie right now, Doctor Strange, and not to give any of the story away, but part of it is about the body's ability to heal itself, to get quiet, to go within, to meditate. And it's like there's a shift in the body. There is a divine communication. There is a quantum, consciousness that's happening that is so powerful. Call it God, call it Source, call it Prana, that we tap into. So just like Dr. Emoto talks about and Bruce Lipton and all these incredible authors and teachers, it's like with the quantum, we're able to, and Tara's like an amazing hypnotherapist, is we're able to send in those words, the power of the word, healing, forgiveness, love, divine love, and energetically, the body shifts. Like just one of the programs on the quantum is a quantum prayer wheel. What's that? It's a divine program that your body is getting whispered gently like a butterfly, millions of prayers in nanoseconds, and your body, your cells just go like, and they open up and they release and they hear the words, they hear the healing and they respond, and so many of the authors and teachers, and we're all going, aha, and Tara and I and many people on the call already know it. We carry energy forward, whether it's our own lineage, our DNA, right? from our family. And they talk about miasms as part of my training. So that's part of it, yes, strong part of it. And the other part is unconsciously, what are we carrying forward from past lives trauma that we're repeating over and over and over? I was just talking with a friend last night about this. What is this glass ceiling that I keep hitting? Well, you know what? It's most likely something past life. What do I need to, what oath of poverty did I take? You know what I mean? I feel like I've always been a healer, and many times healers take an oath of poverty, or, you know what I mean? And it's like, let's cut the cords with that and take it deeper. Do the work on myself that I helped so many other people walk through, and intuitively, we know that. At a deep level, we are connected. And I know I'm talking to the choir here. It's like we're connected to that divine source, that divine knowingness that knows all, and the quantum just is one tool, and then like you said, there's a whole other energy and amazing healing that happens with the crystal bed, and the crystals with John of God and the energy that you tap in there.
Oh, I know. Well, they say, yeah, I know. And it's a subtle process if we just start to begin to change. And I know that, Diana and I are like rare birds among humans, but we want everyone to be a rare bird. We want everybody to get on this kind of wave of wellness and creating a great life. He's just talking about like sourcing money and coming to that block. I work with people all the time on those blocks, on love, on money, on health. Love seems to be something where you have to have another energy to match your energy. It's a little harder than actually money is magnetizing towards money. Money is different, and so is health. Health is the power of your own mind, and when you set your intention for you, health and money can actually be blocks you can overcome. A lot of times you have to give permission that you're going to go past your parents and what level of money they made in their life. And, I just wrote about how to source money on my blog and and I'll put it up on my website, and on my Facebook pages, which are open. And the thing with sourcing money is not, I was just doing a fun game with people in New Zealand, but in reality, I don't usually write on dollar bills or anything. I usually put money on my altar. And so the thing is it's creating an intention, and we live some kind of an illusion in the world. And so that fine line of fantasy and reality come together when, and that's not to be like disillusioned. There's a lot of crazy in the world. Let's keep our feet on the ground when we're doing this and really praying. And we know what we're good at, the talents, and that's where kind of Diana and I come in as well. If you need some guidance, you know to call us. But, yeah, it's good. You want to add to that, Diana?
I get, it's like you're setting your intention, and I think many times we have the information, and then it's a friend, it's a seer, it's a teacher, it's somebody like Tara or I that you come to work to that reminds you, and also, yeah, I do want to add to it, because it's like it is able to remind people to go within, to be quiet, to allow that energy to come in. I mean, how often do we stop and, taking care of ourselves? Could be for a walk, meditative when we're doing the dishes, taking a minute to be quiet and play with your Bentley, play with your pets, and take your mind off the problem and allow the space, the energy for the solution to come in, you know. I feel like, you know, some of the work I do, I really do a lot of affirmative prayer with people. And it's like, is it the prayer or is it the session on the quantum and I laugh, you know? It's all source. So it's, nothing, no thing is being withheld. I am open to receive, you know. Thank you, Source, for this new day, for the lavish abundance of everything good coming into my life and the life of everyone around me, you know, and it's like affirming it and really believing it. And, you know, I mean, this last couple of weeks, especially this week, it's, you know, it can be tough, it can be frightening, you know, and I have emotions and feelings about stuff, and I'm human and I have fears, you know, but it's kind of like pulling up the big girl pants and keeping my inner eye on the good, you know, and acknowledging the feelings and the fears, you know, but knowing that, you know, ultimately your good can't be repelled or kept from you. Nobody, nothing can take that from you. So I believe that whether it is financial or health-wise or even romantically, your good cannot, if it's meant for you, it will be, is what I believe. And so some of us just need that reminding. We need it from a girlfriend, from a friend, from a, you know, a therapist sometimes, you know. A leader, a seeker. Yeah.
Well, it's being rich in life. It's not necessarily being rich in money. You know, rich in life is a lot of things. It's health and well-being and happiness and living in the moment and appreciating everything. Even when, you know, I mean, like, the relaxation that we need to get into, you know, I mean, man, America really got into a hyper state with this election this time, and it's all about coming back into the center of your being. You have your feet on the ground. There is no, you know, you must trust the universe at this point in the karma. You know, I don't know why I'm 0.1% away from the now new president of the United States. The bottom line is to keep your feet upon the ground. You never know where we're going and why it needs to go there. But you have to just get in alignment of a flow so that, you know, we don't create like idiots, you know, chaos. We don't need that. If more people really tried to balance their emotions and know that life is short. Life is short. Be happy. Like, look for the good in everything.
Right.
Yeah.
And the gratitude. And, you know, yeah, go ahead.
No, I was just going to say that, you know, I mean, it's appreciation of all things. Go on.
Well, Tara was talking about, you know, putting your feet on the ground, and it's funny because a lot of people that come to me, their body is actually asking to be grounded. I mean, almost every single person I run on the quantum, one of the things too is energetically everything has a resonance, a frequency, and it can see, you know, oh, you're very deficient in minerals, and that's a whole conversation that we can have, you know. It's like your body doesn't have the fuel that it needs. Like an engine to run, you know, to your brain, and you need, you know, minerals for stress and bones and even cognitive, you know, thinking and that. So what the minerals with grounding is really, really important. And so many people that I talk to, it's like, you know what, you need to, what I would suggest is, you know, going for a walk, and then at the end of that walk, I take off my shoes and sit on a picnic bench and get grounded. You know, I have an apartment. I don't have a yard, you know, where I can sit outside and have a beautiful, you know, backyard or something like that yet, I'll say. And, you know, so it's like putting your, you know, sitting in your backyard, and I'll tell many friends, you know, take off your shoes, read your book out there, make your phone calls from your backyard with your feet on the ground. If you can, you know, drive out to Malibu or drive to the beach or take a walk on the beach, do it. Take your shoes off and walk and get grounded.
Or through the woods. Because everybody around
energy.
The world doesn't live by water, but yeah, anywhere.
No,
where
but anywhere
by water.
Anywhere. anywhere with earth energy, it's earthing, it's grounding.
Yeah.
You know, some of the top athletes, you know, what's their secret? You know, they have
Yeah.
those grounding mats and that. They're sending that scalar energy and wrapping it around them. There's something about that that's so healing. It'll help even a wound heal faster, you know, that scalar energy. So I'm able to crank it up while you're with me on the quantum, and I do set a scalar energy flow, and then on your own. That's, you know, we were talking at the top of the show here that, you know, what are the tools that you can do? It's like getting grounded. Get your feet on the ground, literally, you know. Are you taking trace minerals? Most of the, anywhere in the world that's listening to the call, if the soil is being used over and over and over for the same produce, for the same vegetable, you know, those minerals can be depleted and are depleted, you know, and we need to supplement them in a healthy way, you know. Liquid trace minerals with fulvic acid, you know. So a lot of the different people that are talking health and nutrition now, that's like a buzz now is about the liquid trace minerals, and it's an important one, you know.
Oh yeah. Yeah. No, I know. I'm I'm big on that in Ayurvedics, you know, have been for many years. So, and I was a vegetarian. Oh my goodness. Way back when I was 21, you know, because if you don't feel good, you start to question your life. You know, a lot of people who have really a lot of vitality and stuff, they don't start questioning until their body starts to break down. So, you know, I was a early person, maybe because I had near death experiences. I don't know, when I was a child. So the bottom line was I, you know, went really early into kind of the health arena. Not that I don't always stay a vegetarian, because I don't. I had an orthomolecular biochemist out of New York who told me I needed to feed the family differently. And so I did listen to him on some things, you know, as far as the kids, you know, because Hunter, as we were talking about, you know, recently, is my unicorn and such a healer. Oh my goodness. Yes, such an amazing healer. But, and he just went through the mystic training with me. And so it was just really so much fun. People just, oh God, they loved his answers, and, you know, cause it's all about, developing your psychic ability. And so they just were enchanted with his, attunement with other people. You know, it's so great. His observations and psychic ability. Yeah.
He is amazing.
Yeah, and all my kids have been through the psychic stuff, but he's my latent. You know, he's resisted his gifts because he's so gifted. Yeah. Yeah, so it's been fun. It's been really fun to develop, help my kids develop. And of course, you know, I'm so happy I had children in this life because they're my best friends, but you know, was surrounded myself. It was good. It's good. But and then your parents, it's so funny with Diana because her parents, did they work for Patrick Flanagan?
My mom and dad were in a company called Life Force, so there was spirulina and all this energy and nutrition and health and healing the planet with Christopher Hill. And so that company, that man, Christopher Hill, was introduced to Patrick Flanagan with the product he had called Crystal Energy and the negative H, the negative hydrogen. So this was way back. And my parents, there's just, you know, beyond 6 degrees of separation, the people I know and this and that. Patrick Flanagan and Gail Flanagan, Crystal Gale, were introduced. My parents introduced them here in Southern California, and I think it was 1997. So there's people that, you know, go way back, and that energy. And so I'm blessed to be able to be brought up in this lineage, you know, this family with you know, the Christopher Hills and all the stuff I heard about. You know, spirulina has 22 amino acids, and that it is a living energy protein source. And then here's Patrick Flanagan and able to go and listen and learn from him and his wisdom, and amazing. What a mind, what a physicist. What
Oh
an
my
incredible,
goodness. Yeah.
and just to be around that energy and get it and see it and be taught it. And then there's Patrick, and then also then comes in the inventor of the quantum, that same brilliance at a very early age.
Yes.
But yeah,
he was on Life magazine, I think when he was 17. But, yeah, I mean, he's a brilliant mind. And I was around him a lot, in the early 80s, especially. And, he channeled for me. He said he got a lot of his information from his guides and masters, and he channeled for me a guide called Master Cascafayette. And he was the most brilliant of all, I mean, I've had like Helene Kayal and Barbara May and some of my other mentors in life. But Patrick, he was amazing because he didn't channel for a living or anything. He was just playing around. We were just playing around. So he channeled for me, and it was the information that is totally my life. I mean, he got it. He got it. Just completely laid out my future. It's pretty funny. And I taped it. I don't know where the tape is, but I taped it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But to be around that energy and that knowingness and a lot of it I refer back to today. You know what I mean? It's like, I've been doing the quantum since 2002, and then before that, being around this energy, meeting Patrick in '97, and then kind of listening to being around the energy of life force, and we're down in Brazil, and you're staying at the Posada with me, and I love that you were a part of our group in January, for my big birthday, and the owners of the Posada down there were part of this tribe with Life Force and Patrick Flanagan in '97, and we're at the event that my parents put on that day. And I mean, what are the chances? And that's the magic of us all coming together, and there's no coincidences. There's no denying that it all happens for a reason. It's like, there's just so much I want to share, even with you, with Hunter, with your kids, all, being on the quantum and that, it's like, if I may, with what you mentioned, the trauma from when you were a kid,
yes.
That timeline therapy, and I won't go into detail, but I mean, that stuff, I call it the issues in the tissues, So Tara comes in, both of her boys have been with me, and energetically, that stuff, that trauma can be held in your tissues, issues in the tissues, and so when I first started talking about cellular vitality, I can hook up a kid, a young child who has, they haven't been in a car accident or any physical trauma or that, but, maybe that kid was around his parents arguing or going through a divorce, and his little cellular vitality is like way below normal. What is that about? Well, it's like the cells, again, are constricted, are holding that trauma. And energetically, you send in a pulse that's able to help the person release that. So it's like when Tara came in, and I'm saying, well, what happened when you're this age? And part of it is intuitive with me, and part of it is with the device and tuning into who I'm working with. And then you feel validated because I'm asking the question, and it's opening up the dialogue to release, to set it free, and then it's also clearing it in an energetic way, and it's amazing, and like so many, like going back to Patrick and that, like those traumas the stuff that the body takes in, energetically we can release it. And then it's like full potential. Do you know what I mean? It's like there is an energy, and it can be weighty, it can be heavy at that level from trauma. I feel like I'm bouncing back over to like what we're talking about, like with the nation right now, with the world, and everybody kind of holding their breath, right? That has an energy to it. It's like a consciousness, whether it's group consciousness, you want to call it, or race consciousness. It has an energy that can be weighty. And, you know, you or I can be brilliant and do all our work and meditate and stretch and yoga and exercise and be diligent about our spiritual practices and still be affected by that weightiness, that energy that we're feeling, you know. So we just have to be more diligent and more aware, like, oh, cut yourself some slack, you know. What energy can I be, what am I sending out today? What is the spin on the vocabulary that I've got? What are the words that I'm putting out? Am I cutting somebody else some slack and being gentle with myself, you know?
Yes. Well, you know, I mean, we don't, I won't allow myself to learn the whole human design, protocol, but, you know, I'm a reflector, and I know that, Diana's a manifester. So it's all about for us, you know, I mean, you're always turning to look for the solution, and I'm always reflecting whatever anyone's, you know, problems are to help them soothe. Because that's my energy, is to soothe. I guess somebody was just telling me that I don't have it above or below me as far as, there's only 1% of reflectors, and I'm even more so rare. I didn't know that, but.
You are a rare bird. I have to say that.
I know. I felt very alone in life since I've had a near-death experience when I was 6 weeks old. But, you know, you just go forward. You know, I mean, everything is about solving things in life, and looking for the happiness, the sunshine, the beauty, the now. You know, problems are going to occur, but in reality, you know, karma is karma, and how are you going to best, match it? How are you going to come to match it? Are you going to fight it, or are you going to go with the flow of it? And I'm very competitive in that way as well. I've always kind of like wanted things because I just go on the higher level of vibration. And so it's just a natural for me. You know, I feel like $1 million because I've gone to John of God. I was asked to be Gurudev, you know, who is the Sikh saint. I was asked to be his psychic reader for, you know, 8 days. And so, my goodness, you know, I feel amazing because I'm around all the most intense healers of the world. And I had a great time in Brazil with Diana. I think that everybody should go with you down to Brazil. And she is an official Casa guide. And there's very few, and there's 2,000 to 4,000 people that come in to see John of God a week. And so this is Abidjan, which is on a bed of crystals. It's a small town out in the Amazon, and it's beautiful. The people are so holy and so magical, really. It's a magical place. And Diana has been just so fortunate to be one of the Casa guides. So she has actual meetings with John of God, can get you in early, you know, in front of the 2,000 people crowd. Yeah. Yeah. You really, it's wonderful, Diana.
Thank you.
Yeah.
It was life-changing. I mean, just the prayers and the meditation, and our group in January was pretty deep and very amazing and very healing on so many levels, not just for us, but for even John of God. I think people are aware had been going through some personal health challenges themselves. And energetically, you know, Tara, I just have to tell you that, you know, your keen awareness and prayers and coming together and working to help heal and send energy, even for this beautiful soul, this incredible human being that is opening himself up, to allow these energies, to light beings to work through him, On a physical level, that's so telling and tolling, And Tara, you don't say your own praises enough, It was like she picked up on this energy, and she's always the consummate healer. And I'm going to cry, because there's these crystal light beds, and our small group all went together at the same time, and we were in our healing time meditating while we were on the crystal bed and sending healing energy to John of God, her Tara's insight and her intuition, and we had like incredible times, incredible healing, an opening of the heart energy. That's what going down there does, It was like you can do all this different work, and it's just another level of healing, and it's profound, And I want to thank you again for being part of that group. It was magical and deep and intimate, And you're in this like cosmic bubble while you're down there, and we act out, and the fears come up, and the little rants and the energies, and they come up, and you're in a safe place, a safe environment for a guide, somebody like me, and then I had a guide before me that helped me get past stuff, get through my stuff, Sometimes, mine was like looking at the speck on the wall and then missing the big picture. It's like looking at that one thing that just really irritates the fuck out of me right now, and I'm not able to step back and see like this vast rainbow behind, or what's bringing it all together, because I'm focused on what's lacking, what's missing, what I'm pissed about, Yeah. And the first time I went to the Casa, that's what was happening. It was like I didn't like my room, and I didn't like the people next door to me, and this is too loud, or this bothers me. Well, it was all about what was going on with Diana. I was uncomfortable,
And look how you changed it. Talking about manifesting. Now she gets her own little house, and oh man, it's manifesting big time. And gets paid to go down there. Yeah.
Right.
Awesome. I love it. Yeah. And it's life changing for a lot of people, and it's very hard work. It's not that easy to go down. I contend to do the protocol. John of God just came to Omega Institute in New York, which I absolutely love the Omega Institute. I mean, I love that little lake back there. It's just like, love it. But, really love being out there. But, and I love other places in New York, like Lily Dale and stuff. But I contend that really, if you want to go to Brazil and be a part of a 10-day, 11-day process, go with Diana, because I wrote about it, and it was really magical, and it's very, very surreal, and it's best to have somebody who can come and hold your hand, and that's Diana, because I wouldn't, it's hard work unless you're just super spiritual or super into the whole Catholic thing, because they bring in the Catholic because it's so far out as far as the entities, and the entities are incredible what John of God can do. And the sincerity of John of God for doing this work, he touches everybody, you connect with him by looking into his eyes to bring in the healing energy. It is incredible. He never has to touch you, even in the beginning, or say anything as far as that you're going to be healed. And everybody there is in kind of a hypnotic trance, and I don't know if it's the energy of the crystals that just intensifies it or what it is, but it is magical, very magical. Yeah.
It's a lot of things. I mean, we're standing in line, and there's like a morning where we're standing in line and they have this psychic surgery, it's called. And Tara, and I'm getting, to say if it's okay, she was in line and open and ready and willing to have this psychic surgery. And you're there, and all of a sudden, Tara's looking at me and then looking at our other friend that's in line with us, one of the women with us, and she's like, oh my God, are you activated? It's like our eyes are like wide open, pupils in our eyes, and we're already kind of like we're being worked on. Worked on meaning these light beams, these energies are, cleaning up your aura, cleaning up fields, cleaning up, it's like a hologram, it's like you open up and this energy is kind of like a spiritual vacuum or something, and it's like sucking out all the negativity or whatever you want to call it. And what a magical morning. And, when it's like we're standing in line and there's thousands of people and we're blissed out, and it's like the most potent feeling of love ever. And all of a sudden it's like the wave parted, and right directly in front of us walked past John of God to go in his room. And the energy was so intense, it was like we burst into tears, and we're all crying. And then
Karen didn't even make it.
Karen didn't make it. Karen fell down. Karen fell to her knees and then on the ground, because the energy was wave of energy was so strong. And then she was getting worked on and then ended up, in the infirmary being worked on at a big level.
Yes.
Well,
she had gotten her activation right there. I mean, already her eyes were so, there's a picture of it in the article, but most people, their whole whites of their eyes go black. It is intense, people. It's really super intense. Yeah. You're being activated and worked on. And if you allow that energy to work on you, the entities, you become healed. I had a few issues I needed cleaned up. They cleaned them. A plus. I'm in A+ health now, thankfully, and going down to Brazil with Diana. Yay. So how can they find you, Diana? What's easiest?
Oh, I can give I have my website is quantumalternativehope.com. And on there is my phone number, should I give out my phone number?
Give out your phone number, because Quantum Alternative Hope is hard to probably write out. So give your phone number.
But my cell number, you can text me or call me, is 818-693-1313. And, I have an office in Encino, and I have the quantum biofeedback, the fractal, and the crystal light bed from John of God. My sessions are 2 hours, and they're amazing. And we'll work around your schedule and mine. And my next planned group is not until to John of God. That 2-week tour will be October of 2017. I already intuitively know I'm going to be taking another group, though I don't know when.
Do you want to? Right. If someone contacts, work the group. Yeah, if a couple people go down, she'll go down.
That's how we did it with Tara and her and friends. We kind of put together a small group of 6 women, and it was off the hook energy. And I just know that before next October, I'll be going once or twice. So. And the energy down there right now is so amazing. And what happens when you come to me with the crystal bed is there's crystals under the bed from the casa, meaning from that property, the Casa Dominacio. And then the crystals are all Vogel-like crystals, hand-cut, precision-cut, and blessed by the entity, blessed by John of God. So while you're on the crystal bed at the end of your session with me, you're quietly drifting off to music that's even from the casa, and those crystals open up and spin your chakras and balance you, but also clear off, open up, do all kinds of healing. So that's just a part of what we do. And the crystal light bed, I mean, people, it's yummy. I mean, I cover you up with a yummy blanket and a little eye cover, and the lights are going and the soothing music, and you just drift off, you know.
Oh, I adore it.
Yeah, you'll love it. It's so relaxing, especially now. Like, you know, what a perfect day to have me on. I really appreciate it. And
it's 11/11.
Yeah, 11/11.
It is the gateway to the new you, which isn't that you anyway? And her Encino,
the new you is where my shop is. I'm in the new you. That's really funny because that's the name of my shop.
I know, the new you salon. So the thing is she has an amazing office in Encino where you can come see her. It is amazing. Yeah, beautiful, beautiful. Yeah, I love it. So definitely, if you want to relax especially after this election, or that you just have to get back on track, you know, it's like, go see Diana for sure. Yeah. So what do you have? Okay. So we've been talking about Mount Shasta too, because she was in Mount Shasta just a couple days or a week after I'd been there.
Just a couple days after you were, and I mean the synchronicities and the magic and the energy and just, you know, it's like you get called to these different, somebody just put out an incredible chart of the chakras of the earth, and one being the base chakra. It's on my Facebook page, and I'll send it to you, Tara, also.
Oh yeah.
Is that, you know, Mount Shasta is the root chakra, and then I think Machu Picchu was the the second chakra, scalar chakra. So it's like that energy of just driving up the mountain. There's so many different facets of what went on there. You know, the energy, the portal, the vortexes, the tapping into the Indians, you know, and our ancestors, and, you know, I want to cry.
That lavender energy in Saint Germain, and oh my God, I mean, it's amazing. It's really incredible. It's incredible. Yeah, and you can drive to the top of the mountain. That's the most amazing part of Shasta, you know. You can drive there.
I sat up there. I did. I drove up. We drove up, my friend Jules and I sat up there and meditated and just transported. You know, it was, again, there's this energy at the casa when you meditate and how deep you go. And then I felt like that same type of energy on Shasta. And the same type of energy. There's all the, you know, you've been to so many of these different portals. Yeah. You know, Sedona's another one. And so,
oh yeah, I've been to Callanish. I've been to Callanish at the Outer Hebrides, up in the, you know, sea way above Scotland. Yeah, no, I go to everywhere that I can.
I know, and we get attracted to it. We bring this energy in, and there's no denying it. You know, it's like I was telling Tara last night on the phone. There was a woman in Shasta that has. She's one of the teachers, and her remedies are part of the quantum. These liquid light remedies. And I go to look at a facility, and her remedies are on the shelf. And I go, oh, I know that. I'm telling Tara, she walked around the corner. She's part owner of this place, and she's visiting from Amsterdam. And I'm like going, what are the odds of that?
Right.
You know, the week I'm up there. But I'm saying the energy there, the people are so friendly. I think the minute I drove into Dunsmuir, I had a smile on my face the entire enchanted week, right?
Enchanting week. Hey, you know, we're at the close. Okay. We're on our countdown. I just want to say thank you, Diana, for being on the show. I have a full moon ritual on Monday night. I decided to be in Glendale, California. If you register, sourcemoon@gmail.com. We'll give you all the information. And thank you, Diana, for being on the show. I love you. Blessings, everybody. Happy full moon.
Happy full moon.
Thank you for sharing your time with Tara Sutphen. Find out more about Tara's work, upcoming seminars, and meditations to help you fulfill your dreams by visiting her website at tarasutphen.com.